check. K6USY.
KJ6TYO1009, and we have good SWRs. Hello. Hello. Who is, on that side chat deal. What the heck's that all about?
Oh, probably just somebody spamming. I just blocked them for 5 minutes.
Gotcha. I seen that. It went away.
Yeah, I can put people in a timeout if they misbehave.
Gotcha. Yeah, because it's just like filling up the whole board there. It's like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, every once in a while we get rude comments or some other random stuff, and I make them go away.
Gotcha. Yeah, I thought that one guy last night he was starting to go that way, but anyway.
Yeah, I like it when people try to check into the chat, and I'm like, no, that's not how this works. And then we get people asking, is this on Echolink?
Yeah, I know. I see you answer them sideband, and that one guy wanted to check in from San Diego, but yeah, he'd have to have a pretty good setup, but he might be able to get the guys in L.A.
Oh, yeah. Give me a second. I got to turn off my 220 radio. I forgot I'm on the antenna that's like right above the 220 antennas. K6USY.
All right. Be standing by for that. KJ6TYO Charlie Mike 96.
Was there somebody else in there?
Yeah, I heard two more guys.
Chatter from outside the area.
Yeah, I can hear them, but not really good.
Yeah, I don't know what direction they're in. Let's see what direction Mike pointed. Mike's pointed south. Yeah, Mike's pointed south right now, so who knows who it is.
WA6AJ727, good evening.
Good evening, the other side of town.
Yep, the east side.
Yeah, you guys are like on the other side of the planet. I think I clocked it when I drove to your house. It took me like 35 minutes to get over there.
Yeah, that's a big 10 for it. That's what it is, and you're about the same as well. I have to drive over there for a friend, and it is like 30 minutes.
Yeah, and then Ron's another 6 miles west of me. Go ahead, Ron.
Oh, but I'm all country driving. We don't have signal lights out here.
Bozo 61.
That's definitely a plus.
I hear you, Bozo 61. Stand by a second, Rick.
Yeah, I was just about to say I was here in 61. K6USY 1079 and Bozo 1100.
Okay, very good. Good evening, all. K6MYC, and I hear you, Bozo 61. How are you doing, Rick? I'm glad to hear you in here this evening. I missed you last night. KB6RQU, K6MYC, Bozo 47.
Okay, very good, Mike. KB6RQU. We got N6JJI on frequency here. 845. You might want to listen up. Maybe he can get into you. Over.
Okay, what did you say he had a Bozo number?
845.
Oh, 205. Okay, where is he located?
845. He's in Botfish.
Okay, 845. You're probably overdriving the radio. You're distorting, so that's why I'm having trouble. Take it a little bit, or back off on the mic a little bit. 845, and where's he located?
In Bodfish.
I can't get the word. Bodress?
Bodfish. Bodfish, over.
I've never heard of it.
Yeah, you have. You used to talk to a guy up there 5 or 6 years ago. He wasn't on very long. It's kind of west from me here, over.
West of you, okay. Anyway, he's in between you and Bakersfield, basically, right?
Yes.
Okay, and is he?
He's here.
Okay. Has he been hearing me? Well, he probably hasn't been hearing me because we haven't been in there that long. But do you know what he's running there? And let's turn it over to him if you like, and I'll see if I can get his 845. Bozo 61, pick it up. KB6RQU in the group, K6MYC.
Now, N6JJI, KB6RQU, are you hearing Mike? Over. He's hearing you, Mike. He called you back and gave him the rhythm.
Yeah, is he vertically polarized? I just stood up so I could throw the switch for vertical, but I didn't make it in time. Is he vertically polarized?
He says he's vertical.
Okay, well then let me give him another call. N6JJI, now I'm vertical. This should be better for you. N6JJI, Bozo 845, I believe. Kilowatt 6 Mike Yankee Charlie, K6MYC. Mike here, north of Fresno, about 25 miles over. Roger, I got your 845. You're still very weak, but maybe I can optimize by turning the antenna a little bit. I didn't get a chance to do that yet. You quit a little bit too quick before I had it right on you anyway. That's the best we're going to be able to do tonight. Now, I'm running about 800 watts. So how much power are you running? And the vertical is a what? Over? Okay, well, it may be that you have kind of a blocked location from me. I would think I should be hearing you a lot stronger. I'm running a pair of 40-element Yagis, so I've got 40 elements vertical looking at you now at 100 feet, and I'm running about 700 or 800 watts into them. So I don't know how you're hearing me, but I think you said you're running 25 watts. Is that a Roger? 25 watts?
No, 40 watts, 40 watts, 40. I hear you 25. I hear you 25. I'm up 3,300 feet. 3,300 feet in Rogers, California. 3,300 feet, over.
Yeah, but you must not have a good shot in this direction because you should be a lot stronger than you are there. Good on the 40 watts in the vertical and your altitude, but maybe you're on the south side of the hill or something. That's the only thing I can think of. Anyway, good to hear you. Give me a break and give me your name. My name is Mike, if you forgot, and we're north of Fresno here, and we're copying you, but it's very, very light, and I'm missing a word or two now and then. There is a little bit of sparkly static, if you will, on the band here. So every now and then I get a pop and I lose a word or two. Otherwise, you're okay. And Rick, thank you very much for pulling him in here. I imagine you can hear me a little bit vertically. So I'm going to go back to horizontal and continue the net. But in the meantime, you could give me the name. I'll turn it to you, and then you can turn it over to Rick there. N6JJI, Bodfish, Delta Mike 05 to take it and then turn it to KB6RQU, This is K6MYC, Northern California, Bozo Net coordinator. Over.
QSL, this is Alex, Alpha Lima Echo X-ray. Name is Alex, Alpha Lima Echo X-ray. Name is Alex, Alpha Lima Echo X-ray. QSL?
QSL, Alex, we have you 100%. It's just very light. That's all. It's just very light, but we're copying 100%. So thank you for that. You take it and then turn it to Rick. I'm sure he's hearing you. Go ahead.
QSL, KD6RQ, you take it in 6 yards.
Okay, Alex, very good. RQU, back 81 Alpha round, Mike.
Yeah, boy, when I go vertical, you just disappear. You probably had a real tough time hearing me when I was vertical. Anyway, thank you very much for bringing him in here, and hopefully he'll be able to check in more often on the other bands as well. He's so light, I didn't want to ask him any more questions about the rest of his station, but maybe you could convince him to get something up that's horizontally polarized. That would help a ton. Although there may be some other issues here, I don't know. At 40 watts, he should be getting much better copy down here, because he's about 40 dB below your signal, and that's just not right. So with his altitude and his location, he should be getting in here pretty reasonably well. And he's not even there when I go horizontal, as you go away when I go vertical. So there you go. I know I'm switching. Back to you, Rick, and thank you very much for bringing Alex in there. KB6RQU, K6MYC.
Yeah, KB6RQU in the group here. Very good. Is there anyone else hanging around on the frequency?
Well, let's take a look. Who else is hearing Rick, and maybe even can give a signal report to JJI there? Anybody else want to contact Rick and the boys down south? Go ahead.
Yeah, Mike, I doubled it. This is KM6SR. How you doing, Rick? KB6RQU?
KB6RQU, boy, I'm just barely hearing you this evening. Over.
Yeah, you're real light. I don't know if I'm pointed right. Just the antenna is all goofy.
Yeah, these little beams here, they're pretty directional. I'll probably have to move my beams a little bit on your next key up. Over.
Yeah, I tweaked you a little better, so you came in. I should be a little bit better for you, too. Anyway, good to hear you in there, Rick. Thanks for being there. KM6SR, back to net.
Okay, very good. Yeah, you jumped up there 5 and 2. Very good. Okay, back to you, Mike.
Okay, and you dropped way down. Maybe you moved your antenna, so you may be peaked on Rob now. I don't know if you moved yours or not, but you dropped way down, but still copyable. Very good copy. Let's see if there's anybody else that wants to talk. I'm not sure who all's in here, because I didn't get all the calls or the Bozo numbers in here. 800, are you here, Bill? 727, are you here, Mike?
Charlie Echo Fox, 982.
Okay, but you're not hearing anything out of Lake Isabella, right? 982?
No, I can't hear it. I wish I could.
Yeah, Mike AJ727 was in here, Mike.
Well, I don't hear him.
Yeah, he must have been in and out.
Where'd you go? Maybe he went down the band to work Ralph or something. Okay, well, anyway, we tried, Rick, and make sure that Alex comes back for another try on this band, and of course the other bands would be good too. But nice to get his 845 in here. Thanks again, guys. Okay, who else do we have in here, Aaron?
Well, I guess you got me checked in, huh, Mike?
I hear you are on 1009. Good evening.
Good evening, Mike. KJ6TYO 1009.
Yeah, big signal. And I hear you, Daryl, 982. Got you in here in good shape. And but you both guys both covered up. Aaron, make a transmission and tell me who else might be on the frequency here.
I think you got everybody that's here so far. K6USY 1079 and Bozo 1100.
Okay, well, it's too bad Bill isn't here because Bill would have the best shot of maybe hearing JJI. I'm not sure where the town of Bodfish is. Bodfish, I guess. It's up at 3,000 feet. He says he's at 3,000 feet, and he's running 40 watts to a vertical. But boy, it seems like it ought to be better, particularly when I could go vertical, and he's just barely readable at that point. So I don't know. Hopefully, as he gets more time on the band, he'll get things improved and find out what's missing there. I have a feeling that he's transmitting into an open piece of feed line or something. Anyway, who knows? He is stronger vertical than he is horizontal, but not by much.
Hey, Mike.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bodfish, I went and looked it up. I've actually driven through there. It's just southwest of the little community of Lake Isabella. And, of course, Lake Isabella is right below the dam. So it's just another little community there just south of the Lake Isabella Dam.
Oh, I don't think he's at 3,000 feet. I don't think Isabella's at 3,000, is it?
It might be close. I could go check.
Well, that's okay. But, yeah, maybe he's just not out. Well, if he's west of there, he should have a better shot around the corner up the valley than Rick does. Anyway, we'll figure it out as time goes on, and maybe he can get something up there. Hopefully, he'll continue to check in here. He does have a Bozo number, so maybe he's just moved into that location and is starting to get oriented and acclimated, so to speak. Anyway, good morning, good evening to everybody on frequency. Sorry I got in here after the action was already... I got to look at a program, and I was watching it, and I came in here early, but not by very much, so I was finished the segment on TV there, which was interesting. All right, let's see who else we might have in here tonight. How about anybody else up in Course Gold? How about Dave? Are you up there, Dave? Trying to deal with the heat up there?
KM6 SRR.
Go ahead, Rob.
Yeah, when I looked up Alex and Bodfish, we have him on the main list as being in Long Beach, so maybe he did move. But it looks like he could be up the hill a little bit as you go that direction from the highway there. It goes up a little bit, so that might be why he's at 3,000.
Okay. Well, it just seems like maybe he's around the south side of the hill. He's got a ridge or something between him and us.
Yeah, I went to my vertical Almi and I couldn't hear him at all.
Could you hear him horizontal?
Nope.
Okay, you couldn't hear him no matter what. Yeah, as I say, he was pretty thin. When I can't hear him with a pair of XP40s working well at 90 to 100 feet here, a clear shot down that way, and that he didn't get much RF out. Compared to Rick's peaks were 40 dB stronger than he was. So, big difference. Anyway, I'm sure hopefully he'll get moved from Long Beach to Bodfish and get his station going better there. He's got a good location, it sounds like, and maybe he can find out what it takes to get more signal onto there. Who else do we have in the San Joaquin Valley or any place within the sound of my voice? This is K6MYC.
KC5 DTU 712.
Yeah, good evening, Curie. Good evening. Good to hear you.
Good evening, Michael and Judy, if she's in the shack there, and hope you guys keep them cool up there.
Well, Judy stayed in the house pretty much all day. She did go out a little bit to let the dogs go potty and stuff outside, and we worked a tiny bit in the front yard. I was trying to get a temporary sprinkler going on the lawn, but otherwise she's staying out of the heat, not doing well. And she's not in here this evening because her daughter got here just about the time when Net started. She drove down herself with her car, and she's here now. after a long, tedious day. She went to get her pain medicine from the CVS drugstore in in Valley Springs, and they had ordered the wrong prescription, so she still doesn't have her pain meds. So I'm sure she's a hurting unit. Anyway, we're going to try and figure out a way to get her off of that so we shouldn't have to deal with this very, very delicate pain medicine that has to have all kinds of signatures and kudos to get it going and get her to pick it up. You can't change drugstores. You can't do anything when you have it that way. I can go to any Walgreens, and if I have a prescription, they can call up the other Walgreens somewhere else, and if they have it in stock, they can serve me. But you can't do it if you're dealing with these narcotic-type drugs for pain. So anyway, she's here, and I haven't talked to her. They came in, and I'm sure she's getting a cool drink, and Judy's downloading whatever information she can get from her on the rest of her day. But she had a hell of a week, I'll tell you. Everything that she tried to do went wrong. Same with the court. The court didn't know what they were doing. They only had 2 court recorders or people that could deal with anything with paperwork associated with it, and they had lines that people were screaming and mad, and because they weren't able to take care of the court requirements, court issues. And Carolyn was right in the middle of that, trying to get something done. She's only been waiting a better part of 7 months now for her settlement, which is a fair amount of money she's waiting for. Got her really hung up. All right, so much of that. I'm not supposed to talk about that anyway. You didn't hear all that. Anyway, let's see. Anybody else before we turn over toward... I don't think we're going to have a Tascadero in here. We don't have anybody that can hear it. Unless, Mike, are you back?
803, course
803 is here. Good evening, Dan. Not too strong, but you're probably going to null off the back of the antenna. How are you doing? And I expect we'll hear Dane in here a little bit. I guess he's home now.
Yeah, you should hear him. I saw him out here walking the dog.
Okay, very good. Thanks for checking in. Dan, anything to report up there in Coursegold other than the fact that it cooled down just a little bit today?
No, nothing to report here. It's cooling off a little bit. All right, 73. Have a good night.
Thank you. Thank you for checking in, Dan. I appreciate it. KM6HK and the group, K6MYC. Anybody else? Oh, we're missing KW6 Papa Echo now. He checked in regularly for a couple of weeks, and then all of a sudden, the last 3 or 4 days, he's gone quiet. So maybe he's trying to get some other things done in the shack there or around the house. Maybe we'll catch him when we turn around the other direction. One last call for the San Joaquin Valley and parts in between and beyond, K6MYC Bozo Net. I thought we might have Ken in here, but after 2 trips yesterday to Meadow Lakes and God knows what he tried to do today, he's probably exhausted. I don't hear any other word. Is your compadre with you tonight? Should I check in 1100, Aaron?
Yeah, Brittany's here.
Okay. I'll get her down on the list there. I didn't hear your official check-in, which normally has that information in it. Thank you. All right, I guess we could go to we'll skip Atascadero because I don't think he's going to be there tonight unless you guys, is there anybody that wants to try Atascadero? Okay, we'll skip Atascadero and go right on up to Santa Cruz. Here we go. we're pretty close. Aaron, can you give me a readout of my heading?
293.
Overshot. Let me go back to 275. 275 is what I want, give or take.
Yeah, 274 QSY.
Close enough. Okay. KW6 Sugar, KW6S, or AF6 United, K6MYC. Anybody there tonight?
K6MYC, KW6S. Yeah, I'm hearing you in pretty good shape. Pretty much anywhere you put your antenna tonight.
Yeah, some nights it's like that, isn't it? Anyway, very good. Good to hear you. Nice signal. And hopefully Lee will be in here with us as well. Got a little bit of stuff done today. Nothing spectacular. I did fix a couple of sprinklers and did some of that kind of stuff, and pulled another bucket of weeds, another barrel of weeds, but that's nothing new. They keep coming back on me. They must love me. I pick them 1 week, and a week later they're bare. I wish I could get tomatoes to grow that fast over.
Yeah. We have something chewing through our drip irrigation lines through the yard here, and we haven't figured out what it is yet, but it's getting to be pretty serious. It's like they give me a new hole to fix every day. So not really looking at as job security, so I probably am going to have to deal with whatever's causing the problem here. K6MYC, KW6S.
Well, you could try just putting out some bowls of water near the spots that they would typically go to. They're hurting for liquid right now. We saw a orange cat in our backyard today, just at dinner time. Judy looked out and said, "I see a stray cat out there." Or it's an orange cat. We don't have an orange cat. We don't have one that could pass as orange. So we don't know where he came from. It's a small cat, about the size of our small calico. But as soon as I went out the door, she scrambled away. But I do have a couple of pans. I had to cut the bottom of a couple of 5-gallon plastic barrels off. The barrels were cracking at the top, so I cut them. So they're about 2 inches deep. And I put them out there where the sprinklers go, and they fill up with water, or enough to get drinks for the animals. And I put them out there, and by golly, that's where the cat was. He was probably getting a drink. So I think that may solve some of your problems. It's usually rabbits. Rabbits are the ones that I've had the most problem with, chewing through the lines. They can tell water's in there, boy, and they'll put a puncture wound in that plastic real quick, and they'll gnaw through the white stuff too if you give them time enough. Over.
Yeah, we had problems on the ranch in the drip irrigation with the coyotes biting the lines to get water in the wintertime. There's a fish pond probably within 20 feet of them with running water all the time, so I can't really imagine they're looking for water too much. I think maybe they just like gnawing on the plastic, but I'm not sure. Our neighbors complained about some problems with rats, and we haven't seen any here. So, but I did get a rat trap, and I'm going to set it out, but I'm a little concerned that I might snag a squirrel instead. That would just be an innocent bystander at this point. Yeah, well, we'll keep at it. The frequency on 6 meters for the calling frequency for 6 meters on meteor scatter is 50.260, and for 2 meters it's 144.150, and luckily, with my research, I found there's a local ham that's active in the meteor scatter world, so I plan to contact him and get a few pointers and maybe reality check. K6MYC, KW6S.
Yeah, okay, good. Well, 2 meters is much tougher by a factor of 3 or more than 6 is. 6, so start out get your feet wet with 6. Over.
That's the plan, and that's it, wherever it seems to be easiest. And I guess even 10 meters would be a place to start, but 6 meters is more where my interest is.
Yeah, and run some smoke, at least 500 watts. I'm sure you're planning on that.
Yeah, on 6 I've got pretty easy 1500.
Well, that'll never hurt. Okay, good. Well, let's see if Lee is in here. Lee, I wonder if you're able to get on 432 this evening. AF6 United and the group K6MYC. Oh boy, Lee's having dinner or something there. Okay, is there anybody else that's copying? Tom wants to say hello on this side, K6MYC, San Joaquin Valley. Our big guns of AA6S is missing, and I don't know what happened to WA6AAJ. Maybe he got a phone call and he's gone too. So their 2 big boys are missing, and Ken, WA60IB, has been really busy. He went to Meadow Lakes yesterday in the morning, and he got home, and no sooner got home, and he got a call from another customer with a totally different, unrelated problem, and he had to drive back up there. So he made 2 trips to Meadow Lakes yesterday, so I suspect that he's very pooped out. Over.
Yeah, some years ago, another guy and I, we started off, we were in San Diego, and they said, we need you to go up to China Lake. So we got almost to China Lake, and they said, no, we need you in Las Vegas instead. China Lake is falling behind, but we need you over in Las Vegas. So we made a turn and went to Las Vegas, and we got to Las Vegas, and they said, well, we really need you back at El Mirage. What we were going to have you do. So we spent 2 days just driving around on the payroll, of course, but it was kind of frustrating, and we were kind of happy we never actually had to get there and deal with who was jerking us around.
Where's La Mirage? Is that in at the base there?
No, El Mirage, which is the dry lake bed there by near Mojave.
Okay. Oh boy. At least you were driving through hot country. Was this in the wintertime, I hope?
You know, I don't really remember, but I remember we had, I'd gotten some massive upgrade from Hertz, and we had an ultra-luxury car of some sort, and we were kind of laughing about that the whole time.
Well, at least you were driving around in luxury, huh? Very good. Okay, listen, we'll let you go, Tom. Have a good weekend. Enjoy, and we'll be doing the same here. Pretty relaxing weekend. Matt and Tracy left for their vacation, a 12-hour drive to a place that they go sand duning and right on the water just south of Coos Bay, Oregon. But it's a 12-hour drive, 600 miles. So they're on the road for a better part of 12 hours with his brand new truck and his 50-foot-long toy hauler, and 2 real hot ATVs and a side-by-side that's all pumped up, just like my size side-by-side, but mine has 35 horsepower and he's got 350. Over.
Well, a factor of 10 dB there.
Yeah, 10 dB more power. Yeah, and a few other accoutrements like better shocks and all kinds of other things. So, but Matt says, well, it's just like yours, Dad. Yeah, but it goes a lot faster. Mine tops out at 15 because I don't put the seat belts on, and it won't go over 15 miles an hour, which is fine for me.
Yeah, I always wanted something like that on the ranch, and I think we started building something one time that was going to be a kind of an all-purpose little flatbed, but also haul a weed sprayer around and tools for when fixing wires and stakes and the wintertime that would be a little easier to get on and off of all the time than a tractor. But that never really came to fruition, and we found other ways to accomplish or just put up with getting on and off the tractors a lot. But always wanted one of those, but never did. K6MYC, KW6S.
Well, you could have bought a man lift to get you on and off the tractor over.
Yeah, there was probably all sorts of ways. We had I had a 1932 KCO that was still in good running condition when I sold the ranch here, and it had a hand clutch, and I could you jumped on and off of it from the back, and for picking up plums and peaches and stuff in the field with the boxes, I'd tow a trailer with that and just walk alongside and steer when I had to, and then I could most of the time load the boxes on while I was still moving, and then stop once in a while and get them stacked up. And that way I didn't have to split my piece rate with anybody else.
There you go. Okay. Quite an arrangement there. Well, a pointy stick can also get you into a tractor in a hurry, and a couple of pointy sticks, real sharp pointy sticks, will make you up there, get up there, no matter how high the tractor is. All right, one more call. Lee, I wonder if you've joined us yet. AF6 United, K6MYC. Okay, nothing heard from Lee. Is there anybody over here that wants to say hi to Tom? Otherwise, we'll move into the Bay Area. As a pause for that. Over. Nothing heard. Have a good one, Tom. And we'll talk to you on Sunday night, undoubtedly. KW6S, K6MYC, sliding into the Bay Area.
KB6PF.
Okay. Hi, Oliver. Good signal, even though I'm not pointed your way. 900. And how are you doing?
Doing well, thank you. Lots going on, getting ready for my microwave stuff and astronomy barbecue this weekend, which I'm looking forward to. Just enjoying the summer, basically. K6MYC, KB6PF.
Oh, you don't have a lot of choice. I mean, you can be miserable through the summer or try to enjoy it, and you might as well take advantage of the nice warm weather and fewer pieces of clothing that you have to wear. Although I guess you guys in the Bay Area have had a lot bit nicer weather. It was about 90 here today, touched 92, 93, something like that. Supposed to warm up a tad, but got to be in the low 90s all the rest of next week, so that's a good thing. All right. I'll take a standby. I did move the antenna up into in your direction, but boy, you were strong anyway. So you must have a good shot. Where are you located exactly in the area up there?
Northern Sunnyvale, just a few miles from the south end of San Francisco Bay. So we get more of a breeze, afternoon breeze, than South Bay and San Jose gets. So I don't need to use air conditioning very much. It was probably high 70s today. Also helps in my strenuous hikes. It's not quite so hot, but at the same time, in late spring, and it can be a bit cool for hiking too. KB6PF.
Yeah, are you in Sunnyvale or Santa Clara?
Northern Sunnyvale, over.
Okay, Northern Sunnyvale. Yeah, I know where you are. That old area is really good for propagation. You have a wonderful shot if you haven't already experienced it on 2 meters and 432 into the Southern California area. I used to have a guy, I can't remember what his call was anymore, but he had a place in Sunnyvale, and he was just almost a king. I could outdo him because I had more antenna. I had 160 element collinear array up, and I could open the band when he couldn't. But boy, he sure heard well with a single Yagi up at 70, 80 feet, and just did gangbusters into the LA area. So, and that explains why you're far enough from the mountains. You're not having any blockage. Essentially, you're knife edging in a real thin skimming factor, and that's why you get in here so consistently and so well with minimal fading. Good spot out there for that propagation down the valley and over into the LA basin. You probably are too much of a microwave guy. You've never tried it, but I used to work 10, 15 guys a night on 2 meters with my array. Either that or the Yagi array. Originally, I had the collinears up, and then I had, when I finally changed over to Yagis, I put 4 16 2M5 WLs up, and that was fun. I could just turn south and say, QRZ, anybody around? And at the end of the evening, I'd work 15 or 20 guys in LA over.
Yeah, good old days. You probably remember Jim Moss. He was a big-time VHFer, November 9, Juliet, India, Mike. He used to work 1296 into the Bay Area routinely. Not in the Bay Area, I mean Los Angeles. I know that Jim PQL can get into Santa Barbara from time to time, talk to Steve Miller. I've only heard Steve like once or twice. So it's been a bit of a challenge. I haven't worked down to LA area yet. It probably just takes a few more antennas. I have a 1296, you probably remember I have this KLM Yagi, maybe 10 or 12 feet. And so, but that's been my experience so far over.
Yeah, well, that's a good Yagi, no question. You'll do well with that. And it's not a matter of being able to have propagation down there. Jim has propagation also to WK6TSK in Anaheim. But Jim's in a kind of a bad area. You're much better because you're further to the west and a much cleaner shot down there than Jim has. If you put up what Jim has, you'd be stronger almost without question consistently into the area that he works. He may have a better shot to Santa Barbara than you do. Santa Barbara's a tough one because you may be blocked depending on where you are. I get no signals from Santa Barbara because I've got a local hill here right in my backyard. In fact, the hill starts on my property going up, and it's absolutely due south of me, which is right in my path to Santa Barbara. So that's one spot I have a horrible time on. But the rest of the area, if you have people down there, you can work them. I used to work a lot of people on 1296 down there, but they're all gone. K6ZMW passed away. He was quite a bit stronger usually than Ralph, K6TSK, and so on, even with 120 watts. So that just have to get people on down there. That's the big problem. They're not down there anymore. They're there, but I think they got scared off of 2 meters because of 2 meter noise. And 1296 should be pretty quiet and still a pretty darn good band for that application, Oliver. So maybe you can think about it and we could talk to somebody down there. Problem is everybody's old timers. Ralph's not going to do anything anymore. He's too old. Not that there's anything wrong with being old, but you just don't have the incentive, you don't have the motivation, and you don't have the skill set or the energy to put up big antennas and big power and all that sort of stuff. But Ralph does a wonderful job just keeping on the air and keeping the activity up. But there's so many other places that could do way better than he does if they would just put some effort out. KB6BA, after a long diatribe about what should happen but isn't going to, K6MYC.
Okay, good to reminisce. And just last week, Jim told me about Bob Melvin, W6VSP, who did a lot of antenna range measurements. And sadly, before my time, and the people he worked with, I think, had passed on as well.
Yeah, good. I remember Bob Melvin. We spent a lot of time together with him on ranges and stuff. He was a good guy. What happened to Jim N9JRM? Did he pass away or move?
He's active in microwave like I am. He does 1296 EME. That's about the only antenna he's got on his roof. He still lives in Sunnyvale. But he's very energetic, and he operates a rover on 10 gigahertz and 24 gigahertz, and will be doing so during the microwave contest this summer. So I see him at the microwave club meetings.
Yeah, I wish he'd turned the dish on the horizon and pointed our way. I've worked him over there. on 1296 when he was just getting that stuff going, and it really wasn't optimized yet. But that would be fun. If I could get motivated, I have a nice little 10-foot dish that could go up about 70 or 80 feet here, and that would be a fun one to have for that kind of stuff into key areas. Okay, I hear rumblings underneath you there, Oliver, so we'll let you know. But good to chat and have fun this weekend with this microwave testing that you're going to be doing with the other guys there. K6MYC.
Okay, likewise. Take care. KB6PA.
Okay, I heard W6. Go ahead. Okay, D6, that's okay. Good evening, Fred. Give me a little more chatter. I'll peek up on you. Go ahead.
Okay, I'll give you some more chatter. Yeah, it's on a hot day today. On the cool side, which is nice. Maybe mid to low 70s, so that was pretty nice. And it's cooling off rapidly right now. Did you say you used to own a diesel pusher? Did you have an RV which was a diesel pusher, like a 300 horsepower V8 diesel RV?
You took a little fade and you changed subjects on me. You said it cooled off a little bit, and the next thing I heard you say something about power, and then you turned it back or something. But I lost that part of it. Over.
Yeah, you're not making it anymore. There's no signal and no noise or no nothing. No signal at all there, Mike. Maybe you moved the beam in some weird direction.
Well, just give me some more chatter, and I'll peek on you again. Over.
I talk a lot, and you slow or something. I give you a lot of chatter, but it's exhausting to talk all the time, and give you all this chatter, and then you're like, oh, you're not there anymore. God, I just talked for 2 minutes. Over here, there's 679.
Yeah, the problem I'm having tonight, Fred, is there's 2 peaks on you. There's one peak to the north, and then there's a null, and then there's another peak to the south, and it's not split lobes, it's just 2 paths. I'm trying to get the one path to be consistent there. And you don't talk anywhere near as much as a lot of the guys. Anyway, good to hear you, but you're normally a lot stronger on 432. Oliver was just crushing me here. So I was quite surprised when I have to work for you. You're really booming here on 432. Over.
Yeah, I don't change my setup. So every time you say, well, did you change this, or did you change the antenna, or did you do that? I'm like, I don't know why you ask me those questions over and over again. I never change anything. But either it's the conditions, and usually it's on your end, because your signal here tonight is terrible. I mean, it's so low, I couldn't believe it. It's like S1. I hear you, but, you're not strong at all.
Well, I'm giving you all I can, and there's 800 watts going out of the rig here with no VSWR, so it's just band conditions, I guess. Anyway, we've got you fine. I mean, you're very Q5, except when I tune off of you with the antenna when I go off to the edge.
I was asking you, did you used to have an RV diesel pusher? That's what I was asking you.
Oh, we're doubling. You must not even be hearing me.
All right, Mike. 7386. That's okay.
Wait a minute, Fred. Wait a minute here. Something's wrong here. I'm transmitting and you're talking. So hang on just a second. Now, what was the question?
Did you used to own a diesel pusher?
Did Matt buy a diesel pusher? Is that what you said?
You know what a diesel pusher is? Like an RV that has like a V8 diesel engine in the back. They call them diesel pushers.
No, Matt bought a big Dodge diesel truck, much like the one he had before, but a newer version of it. I think the same engine and stuff, but a little better transmission and stuff like that. But basically the same big dually with a toy hauler pickup in the bed of the trailer, bed of the pickup. Over.
Okay, I thought you had an RV. I thought it was your RV. Yeah, because some of the big RVs, they have a big V8 diesel engine in the back, and they call them diesel pushers. They're like 300 plus horsepower. And I see them on the freeway sometime on Highway 101 if you go down south. They're massive motorhomes with the push-out sides and stuff.
No, but they don't get towed. They just look like a big bus?
Yes, they look like a huge bus.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, he's got a toy hauler that holds up to 8 vehicles. It's got 2 widescreens inside and 1 outside on the porch when they unroll the canopy, and full sleeping quarters for 8 people and so on. It's a huge thing, but he tows it with the truck. Over.
That's impressive, yeah. Of course, they use a lot of fuel.
Well, he's actually getting better mileage with the new one. He said coming up here from L.A., the best he ever got on the other truck, no matter how he tweaked and tuned, he could maybe see sometimes 12 miles to the gallon. He was getting 14 to 15 miles a gallon in the same truck, same engine, but a newer version of it. So they've improved that. Over.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Anyway, one time, I know there's other folks here who want to chat with you, so I'll say 7-3, Mike. Good to hear you. 86, that's okay.
Okay, well, have a good weekend, and we'll like to hear on 222 what you did over the weekend, Fred. I guess you're not taking part in any of the microwave stuff that Oliver does, huh?
No, I looked at it years ago. There's so few people doing microwave stuff. It's like it's not worth it. I looked into it and I thought, well, it's just a dozen older guys, if that. And really the microwave, these guys are really in Southern California. That's where it's really popular because they got all those peaks around the basin. And up here, there's a few microwave guys up here, but it's just not enough for all the investment you got to put into it and all the work you got to do.
Yeah, I think you'd be surprised probably have as many microwave guys here as we have on 1296 or more. Anyway, it's changed a little bit, and anyway, understand. Take care. We'll see you on Monday on 222 and see how it went. It's supposed to be kind of mediocre cool here in the 90s, so we're looking forward to a very relaxing, quiet, low-key weekend here. KD6SOK, K6MYC clear and standing by. How about maybe WB6JNN or somebody, over?
Kilo Alpha 6, Mike Zulu Echo.
KA6MZE, now that's a new one.
Okay there, Mike. I've been talking to you for a couple of weeks or so. This is Phil, Papa Hotel India Lima, and my Bozo number is 1111. And I'm in Los Altos.
Yeah, Roger. Give me, had me befuddled there for a second. Sorry. What was the name?
Phil, Papa Hotel India Lima.
Roger, Phil. Roger. I heard it. I just didn't. It didn't register, even though I did the same thing. I did the same thing the first time. You gave it to me the other day. Yeah, very good. Yeah, I know where you are, and you're doing well. And thank you very much for more consistent check-ins here on the 2 upper bands so far. And pleasure to have you in here. What do you got planned for the weekend, Phil? Over.
Oh, not much. I'm probably going to do some flying to Calaveras and fly 182. And so, yeah, just probably that. It's going to get hot here, I understand. But a good friend of mine just moved away to Fresno, and he's an amateur radio operator, and just moved today. And his call was W4NJK, and he's in assisted living down in Fresno right now as of today.
Okay, but is he going to be operational, or is he just on the last of the life cycle? Over.
Well, he brought a KX3 with him and a dual bander 2-meter 440, so it doesn't have a sideband as far as that, but I'd like to get him plugged in down there to amateur radio operators if possible. His name is Charlie Mason, W4NJK.
Okay. Well, there's a very active Fresno Amateur Radio Club here that has very active repeater nets and things. And Rob could give you some of that, but the head of the Fresno Amateur Radio Club is not in here this evening. but he also tends to all the repeaters and can give you full details, and he would be able to copy you from his location. He's in Clovis, but very helpful people down here, and quite a few easy to access nets and frequencies and so on. Rob, are you copying WA6MZE over?
No, I went to wash up my hands after feeding the cats, and I don't know where you're pointed.
Oh, I'm pointing toward the Bay Area. That's Bozo 1111 in the Bay Area there.
Okay, yeah, I was hearing a little bit of Fred in there, but I'm not hearing 1111.
Oh, okay. Well, he's a little louder than Fred, but maybe you just have to point a little bit more to the north, perhaps. Anyway, if your friend has any trouble getting in touch with anybody, you could give him my phone number, and then I can get the other gentleman to get in touch with him. Have him tell us where he's located and so on, and maybe they could even go over and help him get his antenna set up and make sure he's functional there in the assisted living facility. Do you know the name of the place? Over.
I don't remember offhand, but yeah, I just moved there just today, but I'll be in contact with him. So if I give him your number, like you say, his name is Charlie Mason, W4NJK, and I'm sure he'd appreciate getting plugged in down there.
Yeah, okay. Well, again, I think, what's a good frequency for a newcomer to get on the band down here, Rob? What frequency do you guys, and what's the club frequency and all that? What's the repeater net there over there?
Yeah, our repeater net down here, W6TO, is 146.940.
Okay, 146.940. Is that an input frequency? Is this a repeater, right?
Roger, yeah, input, and it's a 141.3 tone.
Yeah, we'll be with you in a minute, Dennis. We hear you. Okay, anyway, did you get that frequency there, Phil?
Yeah, 146, you said 146.940, is that correct?
Yeah, and I'll give you the tones, just a minute. I'll have the tones repeated, so it's a tone input. Just a second, I'll give you the tones. Go ahead, Rob.
Yeah, it's a negative offset, 143 dot, let's see, 141.3.
Well, that's the tone frequency?
Yeah, 141.3.
Okay, whatever this means, negative tone offset, Phil, I don't understand repeaters, but 141.3, over.
141.3, okay. How's my signal tonight, Mike? I'm on my 448 meter tonight. I'm not on the HO on the whole loop, but the 448 meter.
Oh, you're doing fine. Really good on the egg beater. Sounds good. So you're wonderful. You obviously got a good location there. You're very steady, no fading, no nothing. Did I give it right, Rob? 144.1, 141.3.
Yeah, 141.3. Yeah, I'm hearing him in there a little bit, but I can't quite make it out. Very, very weak.
Well, he's just transmitting on a M squared 432 egg beater, so not a very big antenna system there. How much power are you running, Phil?
Right now about 10 watts. I'm on my ICOM 475 alpha.
Oh, he's running 10 watts, so it's a wonder you're even hearing him. You must have a fabulous location there, Phil.
Well, Los Altos up about 175 foot elevation, so I got a great look into your sector, so your azimuth, so that's why. K6 Kilo Alpha 6, Mike Zulu Echo.
Yeah, are you north of Stanford?
No, just south of Stanford in Los Altos, in Los Altos City proper, but up against Los Altos Hills.
Yeah, okay. Well, it's a clear shot this way, no doubt about it. 10 watts to a egg beater. An outstanding signal. Okay, very good. And his friend is W4NJK. Is it W4 November Juliet Kilo? Was that it, or did I get it wrong, Phil? Over.
Roger. Whiskey 4 November Juliet Kilo, and his name is. Come on now. Hang on a second, Joe. I'm losing it.
Never mind. And W4NJK is the call sign, and he's in an assisted living facility. Just moved in today, Rob, so more details will be coming forward on that, but he would like to get into the repeater network, so he's got communication with the Fresno boys down here, okay?
Yep, that sounds good.
Okay, repeater call sign for your information, Phil, is W6 Tango Oscar. Very well-known club call down here, been around forever. W6TO. Okay, 7-3, Phil, and we'll catch some others in there. I hear other voices underneath you there. WA6MZ, is it WA6 Mike Zulu Echo?
Negative. Kilo Alpha 6 Mike Zulu Echo. And back to you, Mike, and that would be my last. KA6MZ.
Okay, KA6 Mike Zulu Echo 1111. Got it now. Thank you. 7-3, Phil. Who else do we have? K6MYC, Bozo Net, Bay Area.
WA6AXX, no traffic.
Okay, no traffic from you, Ed, but good to hear you. Missed you last night on 1296. Is 1296 system not quite up and running yet, or what? Oh, 2 meters. No, it was 2 meters last night. That's right. Well, you just probably were busy doing other stuff. Over.
Yeah, it was our 36th wedding anniversary yesterday, and we went to San Francisco for the day. Had a great day. Beautiful city. Had a nice time. But got home late. Good.
Oh yeah. Well, that's a good enough excuse. I won't take a gold star away for that one. It was his wedding anniversary yesterday, so that's why he didn't show up, Rob. All right. Very good, Ed. And there's probably some others. Maybe you can help me with it. Sometimes we have some really dead spots, even though it's roaring in from everybody else so far. Bay Area, PQL, or KB6 Whiskey Foxtrot Charlie, or whoever, K6MYC Bozo Net, standing by.
Kilo, Whiskey Bravo Sierra.
Whiskey November India, 1090.
Pat, I'm just listening to you on the live stream here. So hopefully I'm not doubling with you, but I think you probably have to bump your antenna just a little bit further north to be able to hear me. Over.
Yeah, I hear you, and I've got two others in there. K6 Whiskey India Sugar. I get you just a second, Paul. 637, and I got W6WNI 1090. Good evening to you, Gary. Both you guys are probably going to be fine copy, but lighter than usual, but I probably not pointed just right. Let me shoot it to you, Paul, because you're the lightest, and if nothing else, we can pick you up on a direct path. K6 Whiskey India Sugar, K6MYC.
Hey, thanks, Mike. Good evening, K6MYC. This is K6WIS. Good signals right now. You're 5x4 to 5x5 almost. Very favorable propagation in the last few minutes, but not all the time. Now copy me, over.
Oh, perfect copy. No problem. Now I got the antenna in the right place. Probably even a better spot somewhere, but plenty of signal, so no problem. Do you have anybody to check in there? And you can maybe talk to Dennis and tell him to relax. I'm coming. We're just having a slow net tonight. I'm sorry about that.
Yeah, radio. No relays, negative relays. Just myself to check in there. So I'll wish you 73s and pass it back. This is Kilo 6 Whiskey India Sierra. Over.
Okay, very good, Paul. Well, if we don't catch you on the direct path in just a couple of minutes here, 5 minutes or so, then we'll look for you on Sunday night. Have a good weekend. Oh, you're going to be gone next week, aren't you? So you will not be here all next week, right?
Roger. I'm heading out Saturday morning. Early Saturday morning, I'm going to be driving up to British Columbia and plan on coming back the following Sunday evening. Over.
Okay, very good. Gone for a week and a day. Sounds good. Have a safe trip. Enjoy yourself. And I'm sure you're going to see some more friends and relatives up that way. K6WYS, K6MYC. Over to you, Gary. WB6WNI, K6MYC. Over. Now I'm not hearing Gary, so Jim, why don't you pick it up? W6PQL. I bumped the antenna and you came way up, but I'm probably not quite on you yet. K6MYC. Go ahead.
No, you're there. You're pointed at 300 degrees and you're fine. I came back to you originally with 40 watts. I forgot to flip the correct switch, that is, on my amplifier. I turned on the power switch thinking it was the online switch because the power supply was already on. But anyway, you were hearing me at 40 watts. This should be better. Golf today was pretty good, although it took me about there's 18 holes all together. And I didn't wake up until I had about 5 holes left. It was par, birdie, par. That's how I ended it up. And wound up with an 85 and lost 1 ball. That's the story. K6MYC W6PQL.
Well, I don't think you could. What was your score at the end?
85.
Okay. I guess you could have done 1 or 2 strokes better, but all in all, it sounded like a really good day. Too bad you didn't wake up a little sooner because you sure ended up strong, and that's good. That says you're not running out of gas, you old man.
It sure took me a long time to figure out the correct swing, though. It sure helped when I executed the caveman and started easing off a little bit. Then things started going straight and all that. 775 is in there also, Mikey. Over.
Okay. We'll look for 775 right now. I should be pointed far enough north. As you say, you're seeing me at 300, so it should be just about right. Let me go back to Gary, though, just for a second. Gary, are you there, or did you step away, or you got a mouthful of food? WB6WNI, K6MYC. Well, I got Gary down anyway, so he's logged in. And everything, so let's see if I can hear Mike tonight. KB6 Whiskey Foxtrot Charlie, K6MYC.
K6MYC, KB6 WFC 775, Daly City, Charlie Mike 87. And I don't know what temperature it is, but I haven't looked lately. But, it is overcast as usual.
Overcast and probably about 60 degrees or a little less. You rascal, yeah. Well, it was mellow here today. It was right around the 90 mark at the peak, but we had some very nice temperatures and a little breeze, so can't complain. It was, I did work up a couple of real serious sweat a couple of times because I was working in the sun while crawling around on my hands and knees pulling weeds, something I never do usually. Over. You don't believe that, do you? All right, let you go, Mike. Good to hear you. Have a good weekend down there. Stay warm if you can. Ha ha. KB6WFC, K6MYC. Anybody else before we go toward Oakley? Over. I don't hear anybody else, so let me move a couple of more degrees to Oakley and pick up N6RO, N6 Radio Oscar, K6MYC.
711.
That's you, John, 711. In and out, is it?
Yeah, K6MI, and good to hear you.
In and out, are you?
I'll be here.
Okay. Good enough. Thank you, John. K6 Mexico, Italy. Very strong tonight. K6MYC, looking for N6 Radio Oscar. He probably has a Zoom meeting tonight. Anybody else while I'm pointed up the valley? KD6WVL or W6WZZ, anybody? Sacramento Valley, where are you guys? K6MYC Bozo Net, 432. Well, I hear somebody way down in there, but maybe I'll move the antenna a little bit more to the east and see what I get here. Let's go east. Let's try that. Try it again. Try it again.
KO6 Kilo Oscar 6 Kilo Delta Bozo 776.
Yep.
776. Over.
Yeah, gotcha. 776. Thanks much. By the way, before I forget, do you have Phil's DGY's phone number?
Yeah.
For some reason, we've lost it, and Judy wanted to give him a call. So if you could pass that on to me, I'd appreciate it.
Well, I'm on my glasses here so I can make a spectacle out of myself. Hold on. You want me to give it to you over the radio?
While I'm waiting for you to find the number, let me just see if Darren's in there by chance. How about a Darren, KJ6KFB, over?
Darren signed in earlier about an hour ago, said he would not be around for net.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, I have it here. Did you want me to just give it to you over the air?
Yeah, I don't think it'll bother Phil any. Go ahead.
You ready to write it down?
Yes.
Okay, it's area code 209-743-3434. Over.
Okay, I missed the prefix. You took a little fade. Is it 744 or 743?
743.
Got it. 743. Got it.
We have 209-743-3434. Okay, yeah, very good. Well, I believe that's the right number.
Yeah, well, we've got this funny thing going on in our phones. We know we put numbers in, we make calls to people, we know it works, and then you go back and look a month later and the god dang number isn't there. It says, I don't have any number for Phil Fish. You know, so we lose some numbers. Other numbers, I've got numbers in here from 20 years ago. The people that have long since passed away, and accidentally call them up every now and then, where Judy will find them in the phone list, and she'll say, who is this? And, oh, that's old what's his name. He passed away about 20 years ago. And the phone number is still in there. I can't figure out why some stay and some don't. Over.
That's really bizarre. I have no explanation either, but in 20 years you're going to be replacing the phone, so unless it's just not being transferred over when you copy information from one phone to the other, I really have no other explanation for that. But anyway, all right, well, I heard you guys this morning. I did not hear Phil, but I barely heard you once in a while talking to Phil. But other than that, I was about 10 minutes to 9, and just a little before 9 when I heard you come in, and I listened for a few minutes. I said, man, this ain't going to work at all, and I left.
Well, I don't blame you. I did have a contact with Phil, but it was marginal. In and out, at times he would pop up like it has been the last couple of days. Every now and then he'd be S9, and then he would be in S2, you know. And so I didn't doubt that you were probably struggling or had given up one way or the other. Mark was in. Mark was Q5, but actually Mark was even taking fades down to noise floor for me, which was about the first time I've heard that. And Bob did check in about 10 minutes to 9, maybe a little bit later than that. And I had a chat with Bob, but he was struggling. Even I faded out for him. He said, you were 20 over 9, and the next thing I know, you're S3. So the band was just all screwed up, and we just didn't push it. Everybody had stuff to do. He was leaving the harbor of Ladysmith, heading to the other one. Yeah, he'll be on tomorrow. Hopefully you'll be able to hear better, and maybe we'll have a little better propagation, Bill. Thanks for trying to be there anyway, and thanks for Phil's information on the phone. I've got to talk to Judy or Barbara about Judy's daughter and a treatment that has been very successful on Phil's wife's back. She has had a broken back since for the last 30 years and struggling with pain from that broken back of 30 years ago. You may have heard about it. Now she's almost pain-free and really, really doing wonderfully with just some very simple treatments, I think. Just one treatment. And all of a sudden she's in good shape. So whatever they're doing is working. And I thought it might work for Carolyn as well. So we're going to get them in touch. So there you go. Back to you. And I do have 756 checked in. I did check in 756 because he was there earlier. Sorry we didn't get there soon enough. Dennis was here also, but I don't know if he stuck around. He's edgy sometimes. He can't wait. So I'll turn it over to you, Bill, and you can see if Dennis is listening here. KO6JD in the group, K6MYC. What's that?
No, I just asked if Dennis was here. He no response. A friend of mine that I've known for many years has had chronic back pain. I don't know from what. And they installed a device that it's an electronic device that basically it numbs or it shuts off the signals, the pain signals from her back, and she is able to move around fine. It's not that her back is not able to support what she wants to do. It's just that there's problems with the nerves, and this device is able to stop the transfer of information that there's pain to her brain somehow or another. I don't know if that makes any sense or not, but the only thing I was thinking about radio is either we try maybe 75 meters or try 20 meters. I don't know, but 40 meters, well, I don't know. It may not come back because we got more problems headed our direction. So I don't expect to have any propagation on 40 meters between us in the morning, probably for several months. Okay, John is waiting out here, so I'm going to get out of the way. 73 Mike, K6MYC in the Bozo group, 73 KO6KD.
Yeah, fine on the back pain and what they did there. Matt's got that kind of a device in his back, and he can turn the pain off when he needs to. He's got adjustable. It's an adjustable thing to offset for different levels of pain. But since he's had that done, I don't think he's using it much at all. He had worked for a while, and then it got to a point where the pain is not bothering him. He hasn't mentioned it for a couple of months now. So a lot of to do over nothing, but he spent a lot of trips back and forth to the doctor's office getting these probes and all these things put in, and it may be needed at some point, but right now he's operating in pretty pain-free situation. This other thing is not an insertion of anything. I think it's a shot, but maybe a different kind of shot in a different spot, or multiple shots. I just don't know all the details. We're going to wait till here we get Barbara on the phone, and she can tell us what it is and what it entails insurance-wise. Insurance covers some of it, if not the bulk of it. So that's a good thing. It makes it fairly well recognized as a possible source of pain relief. 73 Bill, and we'll take a look for KR6MR in there. John, go ahead. KR6MR, I'll bump the antenna. K6MYC. Who is it?
I can only copy you on streaming, do not hear you on the radio. Have you bumped up this way? Over.
Yeah, we're looking right at you now. Go ahead.
Oh, good. Much better. Now I can hear you.
Do I hear? Hang on a second. Do I hear 107? Is that you, Dane?
QSL.
Okay, I got 107. We'll be back to you in a minute. Okay, go ahead, John. We've got a local guy in Course Gold that you won't be able to hear. Go ahead, John.
Yeah, okay, Mike. Everything's been pretty good today. Working in the yard again. It's been cooler, which is nice. It was only 88, 89, and I think it's about 80 degrees now, so we can turn the house fan on. And we had the windows open all day. We didn't have the AC on. We didn't need it. So, love this cool weather we've had so far this summer.
Yeah, not bad. It's a cool summer. The problem with us is it's humid. Our humidity has been running 36 to 40% for months, and that's about twice what it normally runs. We normally run 15 to 20% in the summer here. What the humidity is doing is making the plants and the weeds and everything grow like crazy. The plants are happy, but I'm a sweating canine. I'm sweating like a horse and drinking a lot of water. That's okay. I don't mind it. And when I sweat, it makes me cooler, so it cools me off. But boy, I've never had anything. I take out an ice drink now, and it just gets all wet. And I've never had that case. We've never had a situation here that I can remember in 25 years that I could take a bottle that was frozen in the freezer, a bottle of water, which I do at night, and I freeze a bottle, and then I take it out and let it go through so I have cold water all night long to drink. And it is just soaking wet until the ice goes away. Over.
Yeah, okay. I always have one of these little, Contigo, these, like coffee mugs, you know, the screw on top. I have mine full of ice water 24/7.
Yeah, I missed the first part of that. So when you came up, I heard 24/7, but I don't know what was the lead-in. You were just coming out of a very, very funny flutter, and it was so distorted I couldn't get it. Over.
Okay, I'll try again. I've got one of these thermal mugs that a lot of people use for their coffee, and I just put ice water in mine, and I have it around me all the time.
Yeah, I understand. Well, I keep ice water in the refrigerator all the time, but when I go to bed at night, I've been in the habit of going to bed with one frozen bottle. And I get up at 1 o'clock in the morning, and it's half liquid, and I drink it, and it's nice and cold, and it stays that way till almost morning. But the thing about it is, it just sweats. I pick it up, and it's just dripping wet on the outside. I set it on a coaster, of course, that soaks up all the water, but man, oh man, there's so much water in the air. I've never had to deal with that before. Over.
Oh, wow. Field hit me tonight. I hardly ever get anything out of field. Tonight there's this away. Really wild. Anyway, I got to what you said. But, you know, in the morning there's still ice in the coffee. So I've got, you know, nice cold ice water all night long and drink it all day as well.
Got the tail end of that, but I get the idea. I do about the same thing. We all have little techniques to get, like I like cold water. I'm not a warm water drinker. It doesn't taste good. I'd rather have milk. If I could go back to milk, I would. I have one big glass of milk a day at dinner time, and when it doesn't bother my throat because it's swamped out by other things, but otherwise it kind of gums me up and gives me more phlegm than I need in my throat area if I drink it other times of the day. But that used to be my go-to drink, but I can't do it anymore. Anyway, 7-3, John, thanks much, and we'll listen for some CW in here. Let me just listen. Hang on a second. KD6 Sugar Whiskey, KD6SW. Any copy up there at all, Rich? KD6SW, K6MYC, calling and listening. Over. Boy, Beale Air Force Base is hammering me here.
Yeah, you had one in Corscold waiting for you.
Yeah, I know that.
Okay.
Thank you. We'll let you go, John. Thanks much, and see you Sunday night there. Have a good weekend. Don't work too hard in the yard. Ha-ha. KR6MR, K6MYC, and over to you, Dane, if you're still there, WB6JNP. Go ahead.
Yeah, we're still here, Mike. Nothing new going on. Was 7 days down in Fresno, so I got, the extra 10 degrees, but, everything's fine. Anyway, K6MYC, WB6JNP, 107 course code.
Is this a new radio?
No, it's the same old radio. I've got a frog in my throat.
Okay, well, you also sound a little high-pitched, so you're not your normal voice, but I think part of it is the frequency offset, maybe 25 cycles or so. Over.
Okay, well, to get you to sound normal, I had you at about 200 cycles high, or 20 cycles high, and so I brought us down to 140 or 432, 100 even. We'll see how that sounds.
Well, you're very close now. You're just a tiny bit bassy, maybe 10, 15 cycles too low in pitch. I don't know whether that's high in frequency or low, but anyway, it's fine, and it's no problem copping. But you got a lot more body to the audio when you're down here like this. But it's not quite dead nuts. You probably want to change it by about 10 cycles. That's picking pepper out of the flesh, isn't it?
Well, I think it's interesting that, you know, we note things like that, 10 cycles difference and all that, on sideband, and if we were in FM, you know, it wouldn't matter.
No. No, it wouldn't matter. 50 cycles wouldn't even be heard. All right, very good. Well, have a good weekend. I'm assuming you're going to just lounge around, and then you're going to take off again next week, huh?
Yeah, next week we're going to be, I think Wednesday we'll be headed to Cayucas, and that's going to be at my daughter's place. So we'll be down there, and we're probably going to take Peggy's car, so I'll be without radios unless I grab like the 817 and carry it with me. But yeah, it's a nice little radio for 5 watts.
Yeah, they work quite well. Well, you could probably go down there and be radio challenged for one short period, and it wouldn't hurt you too much. All right, take care. Have a good trip down there. Enjoy the cool weather from the coast there near Morro Bay. WB6JMP, K6MYC. Anybody else in the Redding area before I go to Las Vegas, and not Las Vegas, but to Nevada, over?
Okay, catch you later, Mike. K6MYC, WB6JMP, course code
73. Anybody else before I go to Nevada? Here we are, K6MYC, Bozo Net. I'm already up in Nevada. I hear 272 standing by. Good evening, Daniel.
Hello there. Good evening.
Yeah, we got you all okay. Not booming, but pretty good copy. KE7UQL, K6MYC. Let me see if I can get any more out of you by moving the antenna, Daniel. Go ahead.
Okay, we'll give you a little chatter so you can aim that antenna. Here is KE7UQL. This is King Edward 7, United Queens, London, Delta Mike 09, Delta Fox, Roger.
Yeah, gotcha. Yeah, I think I squeezed a little bit more out of the turn up there. Sounds good, and good to hear you in here tonight. Apparently you didn't have to, or you got it done early, taking your grandson to work there, over?
Yes, Roger. He got out right on time. We came straight home, and here we are, over.
Oh, very good. Okay. Well, I'm a little bit slow on the net tonight, too, so that probably didn't hurt. I'm going to get out of here shortly, but we ought to go up and see if Richard's there. I haven't heard anything on CW from Richard, but hopefully he's in there. Stand by a second, Daniel, and then I don't think we're going to get anything from Eric N7VAZ. He sent somebody a message that said he was going to be out of town for about a week, so he's on the road somewhere for about a week. So I don't think we have to worry about trying to listen for him there. But anyway, over to you, Richard, if you're copying KD6BQ, Kilo Delta 6 Bravo Queen, K6MYC, over. And I don't hear Richard tonight, but maybe it's his anniversary. A lot of people are having anniversaries right now. 2 or 3 people have been excused from the net check-ins because of anniversaries the last couple of days, over. Must be the time of the year. I thought it was June. But more people seem to be having their anniversaries in July this year. They're probably moving them around just so they can get excuses to not check in here. Hi. I'm not paranoid. I wouldn't be worried at all if all these people wouldn't keep following me, Daniel, over.
Okay, yes, I had an anniversary in July as well. It was on the 5th. Okay. Anyway, Richard was here earlier, I'm sure. Maybe it was Larry. I didn't quite copy the CW correctly, over.
Well, CW normally would be Richard. He normally checks in by CW. But it's too bad we don't have a confirmation. I'll put Richard in. It's unusual to have Larry here 2 nights in a row, particularly this late. So I'm going to put Richard down, KD6BQ 249, as a check-in, and I just missed him, over.
Yeah, I think that will work. Yeah, his signal was... Larry is quite a bit stronger than Richard on the CW, over.
Yeah, okay. Richard probably had something going, or he wanted to watch a program or something on a Friday night. Sometimes there's some special stuff on Fridays that you want to catch. Been quite a bit of interesting news, a lot of things happening, and they're resolving some of them rather quickly and defined well. So it's nice to see that happening. And the continued befuddlement of the poor Democrats. Can't decide whether they want to be communists or Marxists. Okay. Daniel, 7-3. We'll see you Sunday night. Have a good one. And enjoy the cooler weather up there in Carson City. I think it's cooler for you. We're going to be in the mid-90s all week here. KD6, KE7 UQL 73, K6MYC.
K6MYC, KE7 UQL 73. Good night.
Night to Daniel. Thank you. Okay, Rob, if you're there, and Aaron, if you're there. Aaron, are you listening, or are you not close to the radio? Aaron, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, I haven't heard W6PE again. So he was in here regular as hell for a while, and all of a sudden now he's gotten quiet. That's funny when people do that. They get real excited about it, and then they just lose interest, I guess.
Yeah, maybe he went to the lake.
Possibly. He lives in northeast Oakhurst, so it's quite a drive to a lake, I think. Anyway, I'm done, and Carolyn, Judy's daughter, arrived while I just started the net, so I'm going to go in and say hello to her, see how she's doing, and catch up with whatever else is going on. Maybe have a little dessert, something cold like ice creamy stuff and stuff. How does that sound, Rob? Over.
Oh, you dirty rat, you. Well, I had a couple of chocolate chip cookies.
Oh, well, I could do that, but we got lots of cookies. Tracy went shopping and she overdid herself. Bought three boxes of cookies to last us 10 days. So hopefully we'll still have some left, unless I get a cookie monster like Rob or Frank coming through here.
Yep, she's my kind of gal, that's for darn sure. Hey, the Bass Lake's real close to PE up there.
Yeah, it could be. Maybe he went to Bass Lake for the weekend or something. He works at Chuck Chansey. I don't think he can get away that way. He's an accountant, and pretty much has to be on his toes a good part of the time. Over.
Okay, I thought accountants was just an 8 to 5 job.
Well, I just got the impression that he was a little higher up in the rankings there. I don't know why, but maybe I was wrong. But I just got the feeling that he was sort of mostly in demand and he couldn't take off.
Okay, I haven't counted. Do you have a count?
I can't count either, but it's a big number.
Yeah, I didn't leave much room on my log, and I tried to fill it all in at one spot here at the end of the page, and it's a very small print.
Yeah, I would guess it's somewhere around 25.
Yeah, I think we got more than that.
Yeah, I do too, but I'm saying it wouldn't be less than that. I think you got everybody that I had. We did check in a few that weren't there, but had been. I did put Dennis down. I think I got Dennis down.
680 before you go, guys.
680. We'll put 680 in there. Thank you, Mark.
K6MTS.
Thanks for screwing up the numbers, Mark.
You're very welcome, Aaron. I'm glad I could help.
Anytime. Good turkey. Okay. Good to hear you, Mark. I imagine you've been listening to a lot of white noise and the stream, huh?
No, I'm not listening to the stream. I'm just listening to my little IC7000 here, and I can barely hear you. I could not hear Rob. I can hear Aaron okay, but you're probably pointing up towards Nevada or something still, huh?
Yeah, I am. I'm pointed just about due north.
I'm pointed 360 degrees, I think.
Hey, me too.
Well, I got you off the back there, Mark. Can you hear me now?
No.
I guess not. Hey, Mike, did Ed AXX check in tonight? I thought he did.
Yes, he was in. 773 did check in tonight.
Yeah, it must have been when I was down feeding the cats. I didn't have his number down, but I thought I remember hearing him. How about Dave, 971? Did he check in tonight?
Dave did not check in.
Okay.
Otherwise, we got a full complement. 803 Dan was in.
Yep, got that.
Okay. Nobody, no AF6 United, so we missed him. No JNN for some reason. No WB6 JNN. No 285 tonight. WB6WNI 1090 was in. 775 was in. KB6BA 900.
Yep, got all those.
Okay. That's pretty much it, except what we had them down south there, and you were there for that.
Yep, roger on that. Did you get any of the guys from Reading?
No, I did not hear Reading. No CW.
Okay, I think I got all you got.
I think you do. I did put Richard down. Richard was in there, but I didn't talk to him directly, but I heard him calling. And then he obviously couldn't wait. He had a very poor signal off axis.
Yeah, I got him down too because you said you're going to put him in.
Okay. Paul was in K6WYS, but did not have any extra check-ins. And I don't think Dennis had any extra check-ins either, or he would have stuck around or told somebody. The only problem with Dennis taking check-ins, if he's not going to be a stayer and a player, it makes it a little tough on the guys that think they're going to get checked in and then they don't get checked in. And he's getting less and less people that are checking in with him, over.
Yeah, that could be an issue. I just did a quick count. I got 29.
Okay, I'll put 29 down. You were right on last night. Judy checked, and I don't know if she texted you, but we had the right numbers last night.
Yeah, she gave me a text. Got it.
Okay. The Bluetooth just quit. I guess I had the audio turned down too. Well, this Bluetooth function, the oldest one that I have here, my old hearing aids, if you don't give it enough audio level, it just shuts off. It says, "Oh, you didn't want to hear." Yeah, I'm hearing fine. If I turned up any louder, it hurts my ears, but that's the level that it wants to be at. Probably could be something done about that, but it's a minor problem. I deal with it. All right, good night, guys. I'm out of here. I'm dying of thirst and crying for something to cool my mouth. Bye for now. Have a good weekend. Talk to you Sunday night, if not sooner, some way or the other. WB6, KM6SRR and K6USY, K6MYC, and anybody else. John's probably still here too. Good night, John.
Good night, Mike. K6USY.
73.
Good night, Mike. K6NYC, KM6SR 73. And good night, Aaron. K6USY, KM6SR 73.
Yep. I'm going to say K6NYC and Delta Mike 07, Bozo 47, closing the 432 Bozo Net from Northern California. Bye-bye.